Well guys, good news this morning. EW just put out the full patch notes list for tomorrow's update on March 25th, along with 3 detailed videos on the new weapons. We're gonna have a look at all that today, guys, so definitely stay until the end of today's video if you guys want to know absolutely everything that's gonna be happening tomorrow, and if you guys would like to know what I think about the new weapon pack. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and I'll catch you guys on EW's website. Okay guys, so if you would like to read the patch notes yourself, I will definitely leave a link in the description for you guys. But we are going to go ahead and dive right into it. Patch notes for March 24th, 2025, and these are for the update that is coming out tomorrow, March 25th, 2025. Now, before we dive in, I do just want to let you guys know that I will not be uploading a video on the new weapon pack tomorrow, as I'll be recording it tomorrow, and I'm going to put a ton of time into it, and I want to make sure that it's the best quality possible and a decent length video, so that video will be out early Wednesday morning. Another reason for that being is all the other huge Call of the Wild creators are going to be posting the day that it comes out, and the performance of the video is probably not going to do very well. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. So starting off here with the Rapid Hunter Rifle Pack, in case you missed it, the new DLC is releasing tomorrow with 3 reliable semi-automatic rifles called the Rapid Hunter Rifle Pack. I took a deep dive into this on my Rapid Hunt Rifle Pack video that I made the other day. That video is linked in the description, otherwise it's literally the last news video on the channel. As for the highlights, it states the Himalayan tar has been spotted on Teawaroa. This migration may impact the local Chami population. Dev note, Chami's population on Teawaroa has been reset. So keep that in mind if you guys are going for like a super rare Chami or something, which is kind of an odd grind, but you never know. Someone might be. Your population is unfortunately going to be reset. Now for us, the casual player, that's a great thing because it's going to add potential trophies onto our maps, considering we're going to have fresh population for Chami, and I will definitely be hunting them along with the tar with the new weapon pack when it comes out tomorrow. A number of weapons had their scope attachment points reviewed and redone. This also means that many weapons had their accuracy refined. That's a great thing. I didn't know about that. So hopefully any of the bugged weapons in the game will either be fixed or highly improved, because there is some broken weapons in the game. Some weapons just hit really low when you're 0 to 150, and there's other etc. issues that do happen along the way. So as for bug fixes with achievements, they made it possible to get the achievement for completing the Quattro Colinas mission if you didn't previously unlock it correctly. So for anyone that's struggling with that mission, you guys are able to complete that now. As for the bug fixes with animals, they fixed an issue where snow leopards would sometimes get stuck vaulting. An issue where waterfowl would get stuck in the air on multiplayer has been fixed. Floating rabbit burrows on Hirschfelden should no longer float. I seen one of those when I was making my Hirschfelden video yesterday, so that's great. Ground birds should no longer appear to bounce up after be hitting in the air. Turkeys can now start flying again after being flushed. Geese weren't honking enough, now they're having a honking good time. That's just an amazing way to put it. Blood clues for waterfowl will now drop in the right locations. Waterfowl will more consistently die when hit with birdshot, and last but not least, northern red muntjac antlers will now generate as they're meant to. I didn't know there was anything wrong with those, but we'll have to hunt them and see if there's any improvements. Okay, I see a huge list under the dogs. That makes me happy. Resolve the bug which caused dogs to get stuck running in circles, trying to find a path. I've noticed that. Fixed an issue where dogs would appear to stop following you under certain conditions. Thank you. Train the dogs to react properly to gunshots. Nice. Fixed an issue where dogs weren't able to focus on the task at hand once you entered or left a hunting structure. Solved issues with dogs getting stuck trying to retrieve harvests. Trained dogs to stop sneaking when birds are alerted. Made sure dogs wouldn't stop trying to flush a bird even if the bird got far away. Resolved the crash that would sometimes occur when dogs would investigate clues. Fixed the crash that would occur when opening the dog wheel while the dog hasn't spawned yet. Fixed the crash triggered by the dog pointing to an animal that had despawned. When putting a dog in your kennel, the dog UI will no longer incorrectly appear. Fixed an issue with the pointer's dog tongue during interactions. I think the issue was the tongue was morphing into its chin, which is obviously kind of scary. The spot point command will no longer become available after rapidly selecting it multiple times. When you look at someone interacting with their dog in multiplayer, their arms will now look normal and not creepy and dislocated. If you have the pointer dog DLC, you will now be able to unlock dog treats properly. Nice. So they made a bunch of improvements to the dogs. That makes me so happy. I'm loving this update so much more already. Let's have a look at the equipment section here. Deploying the Gadwall hen decoy will now correctly show the hen model rather than the Drake. Slightly reduce the recoil of the 243 rifle. Fixed an issue for a few weapons where the player's hand would move unnaturally while jumping. The Gopi 10 gauge shotgun's reload sound will now play correctly. If you purchase Cell's Weezin, you will unlock the raccoon collar as originally intended. The Odin scope on the Forza Elite 300 has been adjusted. And last but not least, the tripods will make noise when rotating. As for missions, they fixed an issue that caused some players to be stuck on the Emerald Coast Report All Sightings mission. Into multiplayer. When joining a multiplayer game, you should spawn at the nearest unlocked outpost, not at other players' placed tents. When the host leaves a multiplayer game, you'll no longer be waiting a lifetime on a never-ending loading screen. When you change modes on the clay shooting range in multiplayer, the change will update immediately. Solved an issue where if you joined a game on Sceudule, you wouldn't see the correct shooting range mode if it had been changed before you joined. Schrodinger's door has been fixed. Doors can no longer be open on one person's screen and closed for another in multiplayer. Fixed an issue where Apex Connect game invites would fail if your friend was already in a reserve. You should disconnect less often in multiplayer when your connection to the host gets interrupted. Yes, thank you so much, that's a huge one. Fixed an issue where players with restricted Xbox accounts were unable to join multiplayer games, even after being given access by a parent account. In system, PlayStation players should no longer receive an error message after purchasing a DLC from the DLC menu. Fixed an issue on Xbox and PlayStation where your equipped item would be removed when resuming a paused game. You should experience less memory issues if you're playing on an older console. Setting graphics options to default should work properly now. Resolve the crash that could rarely occur when transitioning between trophy lodges. Switching to a different instance of the same lodge should load smoother now. Fixed an issue with trophies that were part of multi-mounts where the trophy information wasn't showing up correctly in investigate mode. Thank you so much, EW. I just made a YouTube short on that the other day. Under UI, resolved an Xbox issue where the game could freeze during gameplay if you closed the game before from the EULA screen. The tutorial for the pointer dog should display correctly on PlayStation. Added audio for when you select in-game challenges. And last but definitely not least, in the world section, resolved several issues with pathing on Silver Ridge Peaks, made certain ghost rocks and logs on Sceudule solid, fixed a few spots on Sceudule near the main lodge where the background music would suddenly stop, paved over a weird line on Sceudule bridges, repaved a road on Sceudule which previously led you outside of the park boundaries, fixed some issues with vegetation placement near the lighthouse on Sceudule, removed some lights that appeared where they shouldn't have on Sceudule, made the walls, stairs, and upper floor solid inside of Ramathali outpost on Sundarpatan so you can properly rest and access your cache. I have experienced this one. For those of you guys that don't know, it is the outpost in the center bottom of the map. When you try to walk up the stairs to get to your cache and your bed to reset the time, you would simply morph through the stairs, and it was literally just a broken outpost. Made it very annoying when you're trying to go to the lake that's in front of it. Fixed some issues with grass clipping on Sceudule, properly aligned a point of interest for a cache on Sceudule, adjusted dog sitting positions for various locations on Sceudule, and last but most definitely not least, fixed an issue where the rain would go through the roofs of certain covered bridges on Sceudule. That is a lot of bug fixes, my friends. Thank you so much, EW. I am so excited for this update. Let me know down below, are you guys excited for this update? And are you going to be buying the new Rapid Hunt Rifle DLC, which we're going to have a look at right now? Okay guys, so I'm in my Discord server now, and we have 3 videos to check out having a detailed look at every single weapon coming in the Rapid Hunt Rifle DLC, starting with the Hansen 30-06. Okay, so this thing looks and sounds absolutely amazing. I think they did an absolutely amazing job with it. It's going to be a sick weapon to run around and shoot literally any animal that's from class 4 to 8. I think it's going to make a great weapon, and we don't have a 30-06 in the game that is semi-automatic, and we do actually get 1 extra shot with this 30-06, 5 shots compared to 4 shots. Not too much of an improvement. I don't really see why they added it. I would have much rather had an extra caliber, but that is EW's choice, and nonetheless, they did an absolutely amazing job with it. Now the Perry 308. Okay, so for this one, I have to say that I'm genuinely disappointed. We already have an AR-308 in the game, and so far the only difference that I'm seeing between the 308 that's already in the game and this 308 is the fact that A, they look different, and B, this one has less recoil, and it looks like it probably has better hip shots. But who in the world is using hip shots in a hunting game? I would have liked this weapon so much more if they just added 6 shots to it, even if it was just 1 more shot. Like I said, 6 shots. It looks cool. It legitimately has the exact same sound effects specs as the 308 AR, so I mean, they could have added at least a better sound effect, but I'm not hating on it. I just think that they really could have done something better with their time. Nonetheless, I'm definitely going to be buying it, and I'm definitely going to be giving it a try. I can't share my final thoughts until I've tried it myself. And last but definitely not least, probably the best weapon in the entire pack, the Quist Reaper 7.62x39, rocking the all-new ammo type. Wow, guys, look at the speed on that weapon. Oh my goodness, it shoots so fast along with barely any recoil whatsoever. Now, it is rocking the all-new 7.62x39 ammo type, and it is a class 2 to 6 weapon, so we get one new caliber, along with a slight improvement from the last 30-06, and pretty much a remodel to the Zarza 308, with some very, very slight but minimal improvements. I have to say, I definitely think that they could have done better with this weapon. I would have loved to see something new, something absolutely insane, but who knows, we do have more DLC, we have 2 new maps coming this year, so we are just getting started considering this is the first DLC, but I have to say, I am slightly disappointed. I will definitely still be buying it, and I'll definitely still be trying it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to take the new 30-06 out into the mountains of Tiawaroa and chase some tar. I think anything like a rare tar, diamond tar, those would all make great additions to our main lodge, especially being taken down from Tiawaroa. Now, I'm probably still not going to do the tar Great One grind. I personally think it's just the worst Great One that they ever added, just because of the fact that they don't drink, and I just don't really like the way that they look. Their fur types are cool, but like I always say, I love my antlered Great Ones, and I love my bird Great Ones. I would be so elated if they added another bird Great One. The Red Fox is questionable. It's sick just because of the fact that it's a predator, but other than that, I probably won't be doing the Fox grind anytime soon. But anyways, guys, let me know how you feel down below. If you enjoyed today's video, go down there, smash that like button, and subscribe, as it is much appreciated, and it is the #1 thing that can help support the YouTube channel. And without further ado, my friends, my name is Squid, you're watching Squidster Outdoors, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.